Hi there, I'm John Atkins and welcome to another episode of FWA TV. We have got 3 cracking contests for you this evening. Firstly, the show stealer Alex Shane will take on dangerous Damon Leigh. Ross Jordan will face James Tighe, and in tonight's main event, the anarchist Doug Williams will place his FWA British Heavyweight Championship on the line against Aviv Maayan. But now to our opening contest. Excuse me a second, man, please. Well, I think I'd better read this out to you actually. For immediate release, the services of Steve Corino have been acquired. The matchup Steve Corino versus Alex Shane has been signed by FWA Commissioner Flash Barker. Thank you very much. I wonder if Alex Shane is aware of this situation. Fans, you join me, John Atkins, backstage at the Morecambe Dome for FWA TV. I'm about to try and get a quick word with the show stealer himself, Alex Shane. Excuse me, Alex, have you got a sec?
I'll tell you why it's not going to happen, son. You are my solicitor. Okay, that's what I pay you for. Will you remind him who's the managing director and who's the commissioner? Okay? You've got 24 hours. 24 hours. What?
Alex, would you mind? I've got a couple of questions for FWA TV. Have you got a second, please?
Well, what are they?
Well, firstly, just confirmed, Flash Barker has signed Steve Corino to make his FWA return. Your thoughts, please, on the return of Steve Corino?
I'll tell you my thoughts, okay? The fact of the matter is, I am the managing director of the FWA. Flash Barker is the commissioner. Now, what that means is, from the beginning of the show to the end of the show, Flash Barker has power, he has jurisdiction, okay? But 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you are looking at the man who is the managing director of the FWA, the man that decides who flies into the country, who flies out, okay? The man who books the matches, the man who books the venues, the man that does it all in the FWA, not Flash Barker. So until it comes from me, and not him, that's when it's confirmed and that's when it's official. So when you ask my thoughts, there are no need to have any thoughts on it because it's not happening. I've got my legal team working on it, son. Steve Corino, mark my words, Steve Corino, if you're watching this, you will never, and I mean ever, come back to the FWA as long as I have control. What's your next question?
Well, that notwithstanding, have you heard the news that Flash Barker, the commissioner of the FWA, has made tonight's main event between Doug Williams and Aviv Maayan a title shot for Williams' FWA British Heavyweight Championship belt?
A title match between Doug Williams and Aviv.
That's right.
Stay there. Elazar Cabrera. I don't care who he's with. Tell him it's Alex Shane. Put me through now. Yeah, what's all this stuff about Aviv Maayan getting a title match against Doug Williams? I don't care what Barker said. Remember who the managing... I'm sick of this. Remember who the managing director is. Yes, I know that was the stipulation, but we didn't actually think that Maayan was going to beat Belton. Well, that idiot kept that choke on and he got disqualified. Yeah, well, obviously not, because he's reversed it now. Listen, I've had picker mixes from the local cinema that weigh more than Aviv Maayan. He's not going to wrestle for the FWA Heavyweight Championship. It makes me look a joke, it makes you look a joke, it makes us look a joke. Well, I don't care what you told him. I don't care what Barker's told him. You change that now. No, it's not negotiable now. The match isn't taking place. Okay, let me tell you one thing about Aviv Maayan. Aviv Maayan's someone that got lucky. The biggest achievement Aviv Maayan has ever had in his wrestling career was a fluke win against me, which he didn't do on his own. He did it with the help of Steve Corino, and he did it again with Jack Xavier. He never has beaten Alex Shane. And in fact, the more I think about this, the more it starts to really anger me, because I'm sick of people thinking that they run the show in the FWA. I am the show in the FWA. I am the show stealer. I make matches happen. I do what I want, when I want, with who I want. And Aviv Maayan, let me tell you one thing. If you're sitting there thinking you can actually wrestle for the FWA Heavyweight Championship, Doug Williams holds that belt. It's been held by myself, Chris Daniels, the list goes on and on. Do you really think you're ready because you had a fluke win over the show stealer? Well, while you're pondering that, I want you to ponder this. I'd forgotten about you because I had some unfinished business with you. But you know what? Because you were such a small gnat on the arse of life, I thought, I'm not even going to bother. But the fact of the matter is this, Aviv, Maayan, myself and you have a date with destiny. Take a good look at Aviv, because that's the last thing you're going to see. And there are two things you can do about it. That's nothing and like it. You just made a big mistake. Now get out of my face.
Simmons! Stops!
What's Simmons going to do?
I don't know. He looks... Is it a... Oh, yes!
No, I don't believe it. Simmons with a big splash to the Duke of Danger, his own tag team partner.
Simmons has been evangelised, finally. Drew McDonald attempted, and yes, there it is.
This is outrageous, Nick. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Simmons...
I can believe it, though. I can, John, because by becoming a member of the family, he automatically becomes a tag team champion. He doesn't need to win it. He can do it this way.
Not like this, Nick, please.
And surely we will now see the baptismal Buster. And
Yes!
The Bubba Buster on Raj Ghosh.
Fantastic! I knew it all along. I knew he couldn't have been a member of the family.
John, where are you going? Simmons now. Simmons splash. No, it can't be. I honestly thought this was the night for the family. I thought they were going to finally get Simmons, but no! Simmons is a double turncoat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FWA Ringside. Now, there's something controversial going on in the booth. As you know, last week, Tony Giles left the commentary booth for an emergency meeting with Flash Barker. Not many fans know this, but Tony Giles is our international liaison officer. And I found out that the reason we had this emergency meeting is because Flash Barker wants Steve Corino back in the FWA. Now, this week, once again, there is no Tony Giles because he has flown over to America itself to finalise the deals. And you know what? Bloody hell, he's actually gone and done it. Tony Giles has secured Steve Corino for a future FWA date, and the match has been signed and delivered by the new commissioner, Flash Barker. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Shane will finally get to go one-on-one with Steve Corino, and you've got to believe that the show stealer is not happy one little bit.
Dangerous. You're staring at him right now. Shut up. Now, it wasn't so long ago that you, liminary talent, as I like to call it, will be ejected from the building in the FWA in Brooksville not so long ago. It was you that put your hands on me. Now, I said I wanted this match, okay, because I wanted to kick the crap out of you. But as I see you standing there in your snazzy lycra, in your flashy wrestling boots, trying your hardest to fool these people into thinking you're a proper wrestler. Just like these people, and I feel the same. You're fooling nobody, son. So you know what? Even though you people think I'm pretty heartless, I've got a heart. I'm going to let you walk out of here with your dignity. Because you can either leave by the count of 10, or you can tell all your friends, your girlfriends, your parents, you shut it, you retard. You can tell everybody that you had your chance against the show's guy at Shane, and you blew it, and you are a loser. The choice is yours, son. 10 seconds starting from now. 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Alex Shane has given dangerous Damon Leigh the opportunity to walk out of here. And if I were him, I'd certainly take it up on that offer. Who wants to go through an angry show stealer? A show stealer who has found out that despite the fact he's been trying so hard to avoid him, he has to go through Corino in the upcoming weeks here on FWA television. Dangerous Damon Leigh, just keep on walking. You are no part of the... This is a very stupid decision. Alex Shane will have to fight Damon Leigh, and I'm sorry, he's going to be nothing but a smear in the canvas. Ladies and gentlemen, you're joining us at a new era here in the FWA. In the commentary booth, I have more legroom and finally a place to put my rubber plant. Because quite frankly, my rubber plant has better guidance and more charisma than Tony Giles. Damon Leigh now obviously did not like that disrespectful slap, but Alex Shane wants Damon Leigh to know where he stands in the FWA pecking order, and there he is, forcing him into the ropes. The referee going for the break, and another slap. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will admit, and I'll tell you this, Alex Shane won't take this as an insult, but he is a bully. He is bullying dangerous Damon Leigh in that ring because that's what he brings to the match. It's a psychological game, folks. He wants to get inside the mind of Damon Leigh, make him think, make him believe, and make him know he has no chance against the show stealer, Alex Shane. Again, forced into the ropes, and another slap, but he was blocked, and Damon Leigh retaliates. Tight arm drag there, a drop kick. Damon Leigh with a quick flurry of moves. No Damon, back Damon, yes! Alex Shane with a big boot, and Damon Leigh goes down. Alex Shane picks up the body of Leigh and throws him to the outside, and he crumples to the floor. Now, I'm sure if my co-commentator Tony Giles were here, he'd be telling me about how Alex Shane shouldn't be doing all of this, how he shouldn't be bullying the younger talent. But I say pish posh, Tony Giles. I say this, Alex Shane owns that ring. He is the FWA managing director. Yes, we have a brand new commissioner in Flash Barker, and yes, Flash Barker can start making these power decisions, but in my eyes, Alex Shane will always be the man who signs my checks, and Damon Leigh there just was abused as his lower back went smashing into that ringside. Now the referee starting a count out, Alex saying this could be it. Look at this, this is my hero. He is taking time out for an imaginary cigarette. And Damon Leigh struggling to get back into the ring. In the FWA, we have a 20 count. If he doesn't get back in by the end of that 20 count, he will have lost this contest. And Alex Shane telling him not to get back in, but yeah, Damon Leigh does. And Alex Shane again goes to throw Leigh to the outside, but Leigh hanged on. The block, the forearm, shoulder to the guts, into the corner. Leigh showing some fire here. Springboard into an overhead DDT. My goodness, I'm surprised he managed to hit such a high impact move. But Damon Leigh looks a little lost. What are you going to do? That's what he's going to do. Big elbow and another. And Damon Leigh's going to climb here. Alex Shane not sure where he is. Flying second rope elbow. And Damon Leigh with a cover. But the show stealer able to kick out. You know what? Alex Shane might no longer draw strength from the fans, his little show stealers as they used to be called, but Alex Shane draws strength from an even greater source, and that's the fact that he knows he is better than anyone else in that ring. He draws on the hatred of the fans. I tell you this as a fact. And look at this, Alex Shane now, the traditional setup. Ladies and gentlemen, check up from the neck up, and Damon Leigh was driven face first into that ring.
The Rising.
You gotta believe that now that he knows he has no choice, he'll be sending a message to Steve Corino. I mean, Leigh again fighting back with forearms, but how long can he maintain this advantage? Because Alex Shane, full Nelson, but no, Damon Leigh reversed, well, trademark Shane maneuver. He went for the pinfall. Alex Shane slips out. He catches, yeah, he's got a full Nelson again, into the neckbreaker and down. Beautifully executed, nice pinfall there, but Damon Leigh able to squeak out just before the three. Is 3 times the charm? No, it isn't. Alex Shane telling the referee Andy Gwilden that was a 3, but at the same time it was wise to keep going for those pin covers after After all, if you keep trying to kick out, you're exerting so much energy. And Damon Leigh is now vulnerable for this. Look at this, the abdominal stretch. And even Alex Shane, he was driving his elbow into those intercostal muscles. Alex Shane keeping the pressure on tight, and there's the trademark cheating. But there's the trademark cheating of Alex Shane that's made him so dominant in the ring. Now I know if Tony was here, he'd be saying how Nick London, that's not very nice. No, but Alex Shane isn't a nice man. He is the most evil man in the FWA, and he's most certainly the most evil man in that ring. He's certainly more evil than Damon Leigh. And I'll tell you one thing, Andy Quildan's the nice boy. He's nothing compared to Alex Shane. But Andy Quildan, he's asking the fans if Alex Shane was cheating, but you don't want to ask these Morecambe fans. They've never passed an IQ test in their life, but damn it! The referee finally called Alex Shane. Damon Leigh there. Damon Leigh going for the reversal, but can he get the leverage on the big Alex Shane? Alex Shane there with the Greco-Roman poke to the eyeball, and then hip tosses Dangerous Damon Leigh to the outside, to the mat. What? Oh no.
The referee has issued Alex Shane a yellow card.
Now Andy Quildan, in my eyes, he's a brave lad, I'll give him that. He just gave Alex Shane a yellow card for that poke into the eye. Andy Quildan now just checking if Damon Leigh can still see out of his eyes. I mean, Andy Quildan there showing a little bit of spunk. He's trying to keep Alex Shane away from the ropes to allow Damon Leigh back in. But Alex Shane, he might think that this is all over. The referee with a 20 count. Maybe that yellow card was worth it. Alex Shane wants Damon Leigh back in the ring. Alex Shane, he's really getting flustered by these fans, and who can blame him? The fans. Well, I believe the fans turned their back on Alex Shane. Many would disagree with me and say that Alex turned his back on them when he hit Ulf Herman in the arm with a steel chair back at British Uprising 2. But let's be honest, now that Ulf Herman has gone, we've managed to get an FWA TV deal. I didn't realise this, but it's an unwritten rule. Wow, look at the welts on the back. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there. I didn't know this, but it's an unwritten rule. If you have a swearing German on your television programme, you don't get TV.
Carino, I want you to know this is what's going to happen to you, and there are two things you can do about it. That's nothing. Oh!
Well, Damon Leigh's cutting off Alex Shane's private message to the king of the old school, Steve Carino. It looked like that could have been it. But wait a minute. Damon Leigh with a bare back, and that will have stunned Alex Shane silly. I honestly thought with Damon Leigh in the one-night stand position that Damon Leigh was on his way out of here. But no, Alex Shane had to stop and say something to the camera. Damon Leigh capitalised. I'll give Leigh credit. That was smart. But how much longer is he denying the inevitable here tonight? I mean, Alex Shane onto his feet first, and you've got to believe this will give him the advantage. But Damon Leigh, God damn it, he's fist and fire. He's just wearing away now. Alex Shane whips him out, but Alex too big with the reversal. Follows through the Leigh, kicks him out of the way, climbs to the top. No, this isn't what it looks like, I think, but yes, it's a Diamond Dust driver, and that could be it. Kick out, Alex. Oh, thank goodness. The long, slender legs of the show stealer were able to sprawl across the ring and get on that bottom rope, and Damon Leigh thought he had it there. You saw the expression. He honestly he does not know what to do now, but he's going to make a good effort, no doubt. Kicks and European uppercuts to the European icon, sending him into the corner. Sets up for a suplex. He hits it, and a nipple. Now, no doubt, Damon Leigh is a great athlete, but a mark of a great wrestler is knowing what to do next, and Damon Leigh is going up high. I'll tell you this, if he hits it, it would have been wise, but if he misses it, he'll have mercy on his soul, and he did miss it. It was a miss, and now this is academic. Ladies and gentlemen, one night stand. As I said, a smear in the ring canvas. hardcore John Atkins. Here's your winner, Alex Shane. And what a message to send to the king of the old school, Steve Corino. Admittedly, Corino's going to be a harder challenge than Damon Leigh. But Corino, I tell you this, and I tell nothing but the truth. You better watch out for Alex Shane, because he's going to bring the one-night stand and plant you on your back. One, two, three, fire!
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The clock is running out for you, Alex Shane.
Our second contest this week sees Ross Jordan take on James Tighe. Tighe here is fresh off a big win against US star AJ Styles. However, that win came under somewhat dubious circumstances, and the fans are unclear at this point if this is the emergence of a new mean, opportunistic streak in Tighe, or whether it was simply a one-off brought about by the pressure and frustration suffered by Tighe after several weeks' worth of losses here in the FWA. We go now to the Morecambe Dome and to Nick London.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this man was having a bit of a rusty year, but James Tighe, a few weeks back now, he managed to defeat AJ Styles. Now, if my co-commentator Tony Giles were here, I'm sure he would reiterate the point that yes, it was under dubious circumstances. But whilst Tony Giles is over in America, I am under the understanding that he will speak to AJ Styles himself to get his feedback on how he feels about getting only a DQ loss to James Tighe. And here is James Tighe's opponent for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, the little dragon, Ross Jordan. Now, unfortunately, the last time we saw Ross Jordan, he had a very strong showing, but still, he came up short against Styx. Styx winning with that Splash Mountain bomb, but Ross Jordan always pumped up. He still reckons he can get a few more victories here in the FWA. Can he get it against James Tighe? Usually I would say yes, but James Tighe showed a bit of an aggressive streak in his match against AJ Styles, and I reckon, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see this aggression brought into this contest. The referee on the Grilden, he'll be officiating, and he has rang the bell for this contest. It'll be interesting to see what tactics both men take up. And there's the lockup. Both men jockeying for position. James Tighe with the waistlock and takes Ross Jordan down to the ground. And despite the fact he had a good-looking front headlock there, looks like Ross Jordan was able to maintain the wrist lock. James now looking for an escape, the nip up, and there's the escape, reapplying the wrist lock for himself. Ross Jordan looks like going for a similar way out, and look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Both men very technically sound. James Tighe, or sometimes known as the #1 son of the FWA, he was trained by Mark Sloan in the Portsmouth training facility. Ross Jordan, slightly different route. Started in the London FWA Academy whilst it was running, and then moved down to Portsmouth, and then seasoned himself on the independent circuit in both the South and the Midlands area of the country. Ross Jordan speeding up the contest, and it is allowing him to get the advantage here. Both men exchanging arm drags, both went for the same deal, and look at that, there's a standoff. Both men very quick, very sound technically, and the fans appreciative of the efforts both men are displaying here tonight. Both men now circling. James signalling for a knuckle lock here. Ross is accepting. Ross Jordan now locking up completely, and James Tighe, you've got to believe, with the strength advantage, he's got the positioning, absolutely. Strength advantage brings him down, but Ross Jordan, very nice bridge there. James Tighe knocking the bridge away, does it a second time. He just can't seem to get that free count though, and Ross Jordan fights his way back up, and there's that aggression we were talking about. James Tighe mixing technical ability with those vicious thrusts from the shoulder, and now he's just using the leverage and his raw strength to just basically take control of the contest. Ross Jordan, the roll, a second, a little flip there, nicely done. It might be flashy, but it's certainly ineffective. Now, I'm not sure of the legalities of that reversal, but what's good for the goose was good for the gander there. Ross Jordan keeping a hold of that wrist lock. This will allow you to keep control and possibly set the pace for the entire contest. And Tighe knows this, and that's why he went to that forearm. Off the ropes, the reversal, the leapfrog, but James Tighe caught him in a DVD position, swings him back onto his feet, a whip into the corner, the boot into the face. Ross follows through, and he's going to whip James Tighe out of the corner now. Looks like he might try and follow through. Oh, but he missed, and Ross Jordan, he looks to have injured his knee there, and you can see James Tighe. It looks like he was thinking about going after that knee, but he's giving him a break. Backing off a little bit. The referee checking Ross Jordan's conditioning. James Tighe, still the adamant sportsman. Waiting for Ross Jordan onto his feet. The applause. I mean, this is the sportsmanship that earned James a lot of respect leading up into British Uprising 2. But it was the British Uprising 2 that he started this losing streak. And it's only recently that James has been able to maintain any momentum. And he's desperately going for that leg. We saw Ross injure it a few moments ago. And James knows he's injured.
The Rising.
Ross Jordan is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Tighe goes to whip him into the opposing corner, follows through, and a nice double knee. That's becoming a James Tighe trademark, and it's certainly effective. And look at James Tighe looking at some disdain at his opponent. I've never seen James Tighe this aggressive in an FWA ring. In the corner again, Ross able to fend off, but still, every time he uses those legs of his, he keeps hurting himself. He got the enziguri in there, which was good. James trying to grab that leg, Ross knowing where he was at all times. But James Tighe, so methodical, so well planned in fact. He just went straight for that knee again. Who needs moonsaults when all you have to do is clip the knee to get the advantage again? And now, James Tighe looks like he might be settling up for something there. Nicely done. Holds onto the leg after that atomic drop. And looks like setting up for an Indian deathlock here. And yeah, he's cinched that in nice and tight. And if Ross Jordan, he might just want to submit here, ladies and gentlemen, just so he can maintain his career. His career prospects could be on the line if he gets hurt here tonight. Turns it into a British figure four there. Nice British manoeuvre. Ross trying to fight out again, but again, has he got the leverage? I'm not quite sure. He's making a good attempt at it though. And yes, James Tighe was forced to let go of the hold. Ross a hobbling. And again, James Tighe like a missile. Locked sight on the back of the knee and just let ripped. James Tighe now off the ropes with Ross Jordan. Oh, and there's the drop salt. Excellently done. However, though, can he get the pinfall too? And Jordan able to kick out here. That was a manoeuvre that James Tighe first brought out of the bag against Paul London as a way to mock him. And since that day, it has remained a solid part of his offense. And here's the raw power that James Tighe has developed through a healthy interest in bodybuilding. Drops Ross Jordan onto his knee. Could get the pinfall here. Andy Gwildon there was slightly out of position, and I honestly believe if the ref could have got in there sooner, that could have been the free. But no, James Tighe was denied. Whips off Ross Jordan. Jordan in the corner. James followed through, but catches the back of the elbow. Ross is trying to fly, and yes, that paid off. But honestly, when he landed, it also looked like he connected on his own knee. Both men are suffering, but I've got to believe, even though Ross Jordan hit that DDT, James Tighe could have the advantage, considering that by now, Ross Jordan's knee must be swelled to the size of a football. James Tighe, like I said, he was able to get up. Ross firing forearms. He's getting desperate here. James Tighe with the reversal, the tilt-a-whirl. Ross Jordan, he tried to speed up a contest. It paid off nicely. Jordan is pumped, ladies and gentlemen. He really wants to hit something. He really wants to hit that big move and get the victory. And look at this, the reverse DDT with the elbow thrown into the mix. James Tighe is down, and now Ross Jordan climbing to the heavens. Now usually, yes, Ross Jordan, fly with all your might, but on a crippled knee. Is this really wise? Yes, it was, I suppose, but again on the other end of the spectrum here, folks. Ross Jordan landed on his own knee, not able to capitalise off the frog splash. Now, I don't know how wise this is. Ross Jordan deciding not to go for the pin. Asai moonsault landed on his own knee. And James Tighe sadistically, like a rabid animal, going for it. And look at this. Texas cloverleaf. This could get it done. The referee's there. If that is the submission. Ross Jordan here in a lot of pain. He is desperate to reach the ropes. James Tighe with this cloverleaf. And I think Ross has just got the ropes. The referee asking for the break. Tighe had up to the count of 5, and yes, he utilised that count. But look at James Tighe. So smart. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this has got to be it. Centre of the ring. Nowhere to go. Ross Jordan, knee injury in the Texas cloverleaf. Yeah, and there's the tap out. There is the tap out, and James Tighe holding on. I've never seen him so aggressive and determined, but it obviously worked. He obviously got a lot of confidence after getting a victory off AJ Styles. And the referee raising the arm of James Tighe. Congratulations to James Tighe. But ladies and gentlemen, I advise that you join us next week, because Tony Giles will be back from America, and no doubt he'll have a message from AJ Styles direct to the formidable James Tighe.
Fans, time now for tonight's main event, scheduled to be a title shot. However, as we saw earlier in the evening, FWA Managing Director, the show stealer Alex Shane, has cancelled the title shot. The matchup will now be a one full non-title contest between Aviv Maayan and the anarchist Doug Williams. Back again to the Morecambe Dome for tonight's main event.
And what an imposing vision this is that has just come through the curtain, because this is a man who not only holds the greatest prize in British wrestling in the form of the FWA Heavyweight Championship, but the man on his shoulders happens to hold the newly created Ring of Honor Pure Championship. The Ring of Honor Pure Championship is a title which follows very similar rules to the FWA Heavyweight title matches, and no doubt this was a huge advantage in Doug Williams capturing the new gold. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, 1-on-1 for the FWA Heavyweight title. Aviv Maayan admittedly has had a bad week. He recently split up with his girlfriend Dolly, but don't worry, he's cloned himself a new one and everything's okay. Now there's the start, and Aviv Maayan straight off the blocks charges in. Doug Williams caught him and goes for a slam. No, Aviv escaped, and there's a drop kick, and Doug Williams must be embarrassed that this kid from Newport, Wales has outstepped him, and my lord, Hurricanrana to the outside, and he's just wiped out Doug Williams. Aviv Maayan is a man possessed, because he knows that a victory, nonetheless non-title, a victory over the FWA Heavyweight Champion will do his career a world of good. It was a tight pinfall, but Doug Williams was able to kick out, and my lord, I gotta tell you, I was not expecting such a fire to be lit under the ass of Maayan, and he really came burning out of the blocks. Doug Williams, though, rolling to the outside. Veteran maneuver, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to reduce the momentum, and now he's ready to get back in the ring. Offers a handshake, and it is accepted. I suppose Doug can appreciate the hunger that Maayan brings to the ring. There's the lock. Oh, Doug Williams straight away to the waistlock, taking Maayan to the ground. Maayan using those technical abilities that he's learned courtesy of the FWA Academy. Tight front headlock there, and Doug Williams with a Northern Lights suplex. I mean, this is the thing. Doug Williams not only with the experience advantage here, not only the non-title, I do apologize. Not only the advantage of being so experienced, but he is bigger and stronger and possibly quicker than Aviv Maayan. I don't know. That's an untested claim, but maybe we'll find out here tonight. Oh, Aviv Maayan trying. I mean, there wasn't much force behind that forearm, but he was able to get out of the wrist lock nonetheless. Doug Williams now, and imagine too smart to be in that hold for long, and look at that. Doug Williams knows exactly every reversal to the wrist lock, and there he is. He just swept down the legs, and now he's putting the pressure on the Achilles tendon of Maayan. See where he takes this, floats round, he's got both legs locked there, and we've seen this from Doug before. Look at that, double chicken wing, and that will no doubt put a lot of pressure on the young kid from Wales. The referee is there if there's a submission. We'll see. I mean, maybe Doug's just still warming up on Maayan. Nice European uppercut. Maayan retaliates surprisingly. Another European uppercut. And Doug, perhaps too strong. Doug doesn't even feel that forearm. And he replies with a European uppercut. But bloody hell! Maayan just off the ropes, that dropkick. And Doug Williams now knows this could be a bit of a fight. The cover, only a 1 though. Maayan really did kick out of authority there. Doug Williams waiting for Maayan to get up. You know, I've got to tell you, folks, I'm glad this isn't a title match. Aviv Maayan actually said the day he wins the FWA heavyweight title, he will celebrate by playing the gold-looking chain as he leaves the ring. And I've got to tell you, that is musical purgatory right there. Look at that triangle lock, nicely executed. And Doug Williams is going to maintain this pressure throughout the whole contest. Aviv struggling to get out, and I don't think he's going to be able to. Doug Williams, his legs are like pincers. Doug's rolling through. I mean, what's he doing here? I think Aviv Maayan, though, might be able. It looks like he's found the escape, and that was fluky and jammy from Aviv Maayan. I mean, usually I don't give Aviv Maayan much credit considering his Welsh, so I'm not actually going to start giving him credit. I mean, I'm sorry, I hate the Welsh, and there's no Tony Giles to actually defend them this week. I honestly believe that Doug the Anarchist Williams is really going to make an example of Aviv Maayan, and that's what I'm talking about. Too big, too strong, and the Anarchist Doug Williams showing the mean streak that brought him to the FWA in the first place. That mean streak that allowed him to win the FWA heavyweight title when he was vacated in a tournament, and he won that title in a final against Solid Gold Scott Parker. And he's no way that he wants to lose non-title to a kid like Maayan, especially when you consider that recently he also won the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. But look at Doug's technical ability. Yes, Maayan, you kicked out, good boy, but Doug held onto your wrist, and there, few slaps to the face telling you where you are on the pecking order. Another pinfall, and Doug is debating this with the referee. Andy Wilden once again in the ring. We've often talked about Andy's inexperience, and would you really want to argue with the Anarchist? I'm not sure. Powerbomb set up, and yes, sit out, powerbomb, excellently done, but Maayan still able to kick out. Perhaps not enough pressure upon Maayan to hold him down long enough. Doug Williams, though, once again, it's almost like he's trying to intimidate the referee here. I'm not seeing Doug Williams like this for quite a while. Maayan trying to come in with some blows, but it's only now that he's finally got some leverage behind them. He's managed to get Doug into the corner. Doug just, though, swatted him away with his foot, and there, an unceremonious stomp off the ropes and a knee drop square to the facial features of Aviv Maayan.
The Rising.
There is no man anyone technically better than Doug the Anarchist Williams in the United Kingdom today. And look at that, just throws Maayan into that turnbuckle. And Maayan really does not know where he is at the moment. Williams with the whip, follows through, but Maayan managed to see through the grogginess, and he went for that full-on forearm, but Doug just such a muscular specimen, just no effect whatsoever, and Maayan did hurt himself, but he's gonna keep going for it. Try again is Aviv Maayan's motto, obviously. Now both men are down. Aviv, though, manages to get the cover. Only a one, and Doug looks to be rocked at the moment. Aviv Maayan surprisingly to his feet first, but Doug greeted him with his knees off the ropes. Back body drop attempt. He was turning to the sunset flip. Don't forget, Aviv Maayan's very good at getting these fluky pinfalls. He's got them. I don't like admitting it, but he has had those pinfalls fluky over the show stealer Alex Shane. And I'll tell you one thing, there is a reasonable possibility that if Aviv Maayan is going to win this match, it's going to be via a fluky pinfall. But if Doug Williams can keep hitting hard-hitting maneuvers like that, Aviv Maayan's not going to get many opportunities, and therefore the law of averages will not be on the side of the Welshman. Doug Williams there, looking flustered. The fans are getting behind this contest. Doug setting up for a suplex and just, oh look at that, just absolutely drapes him on the top rope. Wants the referee away, and look at that. That was just brutal from the Anarchist. Reverse chin lock there. You know, I've not seen Doug Williams like this in a long time. Maybe he believes that Aviv Maayan is not in his league. Remember, folks, this is non-title. It's only one fall. If Aviv's going to beat Doug, he's only got to get one fall. Usually to beat Doug Williams, you've got to get two in an FWA title match. And there he sits him down, a modified version of the crossface, but Aviv Maayan wisely turning his face to effectively remove the cross from the face. But all the same, the pressure that is putting on your shoulder as well as on the spinal cord. Aviv Maayan, I don't know how he pulled that one off, but he was able to roll through and pin Doug the Anarchist Williams. But again, it was only a one, possibly a two at best. Doug Williams setting up with some knees. Oh, and a big high knee lift from the big man from Kent. And he's climbing to the heavens. Ladies and gentlemen, I love this move. If it's what I think it is, possibly, yes, the bomb scare knee drop, but no. Maayan, obviously not that groggy, runs in with a step-up kick to the back of Doug Williams' head, and both men are down. Doug, no doubt, his knee will be following. He went to hit that knee square in the sternum of Maayan, but Maayan moved out of the way. Maayan off the ropes. He's going to take a chance by speeding up the contest. Follows through, and look at that, a tilt-a-whirl reverse DDT. Nicely planted, but no, Doug Williams with a kick out at two. And Doug, he desperately wants to get to his feet. You don't want to be on the ground when Aviv Maayan is having a hot moment, and another forearm. And I honestly think Maayan was having problems with that right arm, but still, he hits that spinning DDT off the corner, and both men are down. Aviv struggling to capitalize. He gets the cover, but no, only a two. Doug Williams knew where he was and realized he had to get that shoulder up.
It's over!
Now, Aviv Maayan, I mean, it was only half-heartedly, but yes, that was a cutthroat gesture. Let's see where he goes with this. Dragon Rana, he's been using that as of late. It's tight, but no, Doug Williams kicks out with true authority that is deserving of a double champion, folks. But could you honestly see it? Aviv Maayan pinning a man not only holding the most prestigious title in this country, but possibly one of the up-and-coming prestigious titles in America. Aviv nearly got the fluky win there. Doug again has to stay on top of his game to avoid those pinfalls. Picks up Maayan, peppering him with forearms, a few slaps, disgraceful maybe, possibly effective. When he caught him there, oh, Chaos Theory, and yes, that was the exclamation mark. And Doug, the Anarchist Williams, it was non-title, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, your FWA Heavyweight Champion is the victor. Now the question is, with Mark Belton, the original #1 contender, out of action, and with Aviv Maayan now safely dispatched, who's going to be challenging Doug the Anarchist Williams next for his FWA Heavyweight Championship? I'll tell you one thing, there's only one way to find out, and that's to join us in the upcoming weeks on FWA television. Look at this though, folks. Doug Williams raising the arm of Maayan. I mean, obviously, Doug recognises a solid competitor. Maybe I give him some bad credit because he's Welsh, and maybe it's deserved. But Aviv Maayan, it was a solid effort. And you know what? One of these days, he could get that lucky pinfall. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had a fantastic week. There's been no Tony Giles. I've had more leg room than you can imagine. But next week, Tony Giles is going to be back. And don't forget, he'll probably have a message from AJ Styles for James Tighe. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nick London. Thank you, and good night. What? Oh, hang on a sec. What? Well, sorry, I've just received word that Alex Shane's coming out, but at the same time, I've got the director frantically signalling we've only got seconds left. But what a time for the show steal, as much as I love it. What a time to pick to come out and confront Aviv Maayan. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting the countdown here. I mean, sorry, 5, 4, 3,